Alright guys, I'm making whipped soap today. I got well, not this recipe. The recipe has been modified, but I got the concept and the how-to from Nizzy. I'll put the link to the right for you. And Nizzy shows you how to make whipped soap, basically. And he's got some nice things on his website and a very nice mold. So while the girl sits down here, that's the noise you hear, I'm going to explain a couple things. In this bowl, first, the concept of whipped soap is to have more hard oils than soft. Okay? So in this bowl, I have palm oil, shea butter, coconut oil, and aloe butter. Those are my hard butters, and I have already started blending them until they are, you know, stiff peaks. Like that. That's what you want to say. Now, I'm going to give the girl the camera in a minute here, but I have to tell you, Nizzy says that the soap is probably going to take about 2 weeks to cure once you make it. And it's all done completely cold process. Yes, there is hot lye involved, but saponification takes place at a much slower rate here. And that is because the oils have been whipped, and then you turn around and you whip the soap. Now, you don't worry about gel stage. You don't worry about it hardening up on you. You just keep whipping it, and then you take out what sections you need, stir it together so you get the color you want, and dump it in your mold. And that is how it goes. That is how he says to do it. And you put it in the mold, wrap it up with the blankets. He says if you want to, he says if you want to, you can wrap it up in the blankets. And let it sit and unmold it. Now, the unmolding is usually anywhere from 18 to 24 hours, but at max 36 hours. Now, the thing about the soap is that you're not going to be able to use a knife to cut it. You have to use something like this blade here, but that may be too thick because he says it may break the soap, or this blade here. This cost me $9.99 to get these little handle blades and everything, so we're going to see how they go. And then I have a crinkle cut one that I may be doing a little work on after. Yeah. So, I'm going to whip this one more time because I see it's starting to fall a little flat. You don't have to worry about working fast once everything hits trace, because you're going to whip it and really, you're going to go way past trace. Now, this soap is going to not only be creamy, but it's going to float. Alright, so I'm going to give the girl the camera. And she's going to do the bowl for me. Let me give this a whip one more time. I've got peaks, but see how they fold over? So I want to scrape the sides and whip it again. Now my thinking is that if you did this in the coldest place possible, you would get stiffer peaks. But I don't think that really matters at any point in the making. Okay, so this is going to be loud. But she's going to show you the inside of the bowl, so you can see. Now at this point, because I've already done some whipping to it, I'm going to start adding my liquid oil slowly, he says. And when you add the liquid oils, it's going to take some of the fluff out. again. If I take out, there's my peak. Now I can add some more. I'm going to add it away. I don't know if you can see this, but turn the bowl. I'm going to add the liquid away from the spinner. And let it work its way in. The more you add at a time, the more that it's going to whip. You see it'll start to get its air back into it the more you move it around. Now, I'm thinking that if it gets too flat on you, too fast, put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, whatever you have space for about maybe 5 minutes till it starts to solidify softly, and then come back and whip it again. Again, room temperature of your house is going to make a huge difference in that. KitchenAid blender, that'll probably work best. So I have almost about 2 minutes left on this one. We'll check for peaks. Well, it's a little dippy, but it's a little warm in here too, so I'm going to put this in the fridge for a little bit, just to bring it back to temp before I add the rest. I want it cold for a little bit here. I'm going to set that over top of there. But pretty much he says this is what it'll start to look like, but I want it a little bit colder. So we're going to put it in the fridge, and we will be back. By the time we get back, you're going to see me adding the lye and whipping that in. Alright, thanks guys.